Vanessa, why are you not answering my calls? Suspicious. Too suspicious. What are you doing? I'm going to tell you something important now, so listen carefully. As a wife, your mother-in-law is your first priority. No matter what, I must come first. You don't understand unless I tell you every single time how to behave as a good wife, do you? I'm going to have to give you a good lesson on it then. Excuse me, Ursula. I'd answer if I could. I can't answer the phone while I'm driving. It's dangerous and it's also against the law. Stop making lame excuses, Vanessa. Why don't you just hurry up and stop your car somewhere to pick up my call? I'm sorry for being so inconsiderate, but I just got home. Can I help you? You know what I want to discuss with you, but you're just pretending that you have no idea about it. It's beyond rude to leave suddenly without saying anything. I'm sorry about that. I saw what you did to Ricky. You were yelling out loud, hitting and shaking him hard. I panicked that I couldn't stand still. I thought Ricky was in danger, so I decided to protect my son. I couldn't help but to run away home when you went to the restroom. What are you talking about? Me? Dangerous? I'm the one who raised your husband, Joshua. You just called me a dangerous woman, didn't you? That's rude. You must apologize. I don't think so. It didn't seem to me like you cared about Ricky. Well, I'll be honest with you then. It's because he's not cute at all. What? What do you mean he's not cute? He's your grandson, isn't he? Grandson? According to the family register, yes. But what's not cute is not cute. He doesn't even look like Joshua. His face, his gestures, everything. There's no resemblance at all. I got goosebumps today. I was convinced that he's not Joshua's child. I'm sure about that. What are you talking about? You shouldn't say such a rude thing to me like that. Just because you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't mean that you can say whatever you want. Ricky is Joshua's son. You said the same thing when Ricky was a newborn, didn't you? What should I do to make you believe me? I thought he would look a little like Joshua when he grows up. But he looks just like you, Vanessa. So it's natural to think that Ricky isn't Joshua's son. Are you saying that I cheated on Joshua? I didn't cheat on him. Besides, Ricky was only born 5 months ago. It's true that many people say he looks like me, but a child's face changes rapidly, right? I think his eyes and nose look a lot like Joshua's, even the corners of his eyes when he smiles. No, I don't think so at all. I hope you don't underestimate me. You have an ulterior motive. Perhaps, for years to come, you will cheat and misrepresent your child with another man as Joshua's child and instill affection for him. And when it's finally revealed to you for some reason, you will say to him that you don't care about blood ties because he raised a child with you. I'm sure that you'll do such a thing in the near future. It's all a calculation, isn't it? What a horrible wife. Ursula, it seems that you've been watching too many dramas. How did you come up with that kind of crazy idea? Watching too many dramas? How dare you make fun of me? I won't accept the fact that Rick is Joshua's child. Never. I'll change my mind if you do a DNA test and prove it. I won't do that. See? When you refuse, it's like admitting you're having an affair. You maybe think that a DNA test is a simple thing to do, but it costs money. Are you going to pay for it? What? Are you asking me to pay for it? You really are an ignorant wife. I won't pay for that. Since you're the one who's hiding the fact that you were cheating, you have to pay for the DNA test. I'm telling you, don't you dare to put Joshua in trouble. I won't do it. It's a waste of time and money. I don't need any proof. Joshua knows he's the father of this child. I'm not going to let your delusions of me cheating with other guy get in the way of my son's future. There's nothing more foolish than to pay a lot of money just to prove your crazy delusions. That's why I won't do the test. No matter what you say, Ricky is mine and Joshua's child. That's the truth. I'm sorry it didn't turn out like your favorite sloppy daytime drama, Ursula. No, I won't be fooled. I'll never admit it. You have to take the DNA test. Or I'll make Joshua divorce you. Oh, there you go again. Divorce on the second word. I'm tired of hearing that. Of course not. My son doesn't deserve someone like you. It's a shame for our family to be married to a woman like you who is so uneducated. I was against it. Unlike you, who graduated from a low-level junior college where you could get in if you wrote down the name of your hometown, Joshua has always been a brilliant young man. My beloved son graduated from a top-notch university. Then he got married to you over my objections. He's raising a child born from the result of your adultery as his own child. It's disgusting. Divorce is the only solution. I've told you many times, there's no adultery and there's no divorce. Please stop doubting me anymore. It's really annoying. Oh, you horrible woman. You are. Poor Joshua, totally deceived. A mother protects her children. I will help my son soon. You know what? You're not helping at all. You're just stirring things up. That's what you're trying to do. Anyway, don't bother us anymore with your weird fantasies. I don't have time to listen to your nonsense. Well, I'm busy, so I should be going now. Don't run away. Hey, we haven't finished our conversation yet, okay? Vanessa. You just ignored me again. How rude you are to your mother-in-law. You're a coward for not answering the phone. You think you can fight against me, huh? Ursula. Hey, Ursula. Please answer me. I have something important to tell you. You dared to ignore my call, and now you're rushing me to reply to you? You're a real bad wife, aren't you? It's just unbelievable. When I came home, my room was ransacked. I thought for a moment that it was a burglar. I was about to call the police, but I changed my mind. I was wondering if you were the one who did that. What a wife you are! Now you're treating me like a thief? It's perfectly normal to think there was a burglar, but now you're blaming me. You're the worst wife I've ever seen. I'll have to convince Joshua to divorce you as soon as possible. It's obviously unnatural for a burglar. If it were a burglar, the first thing they would do is ransack the place for money, right? They were neatly placed where they belonged. But on the contrary, only Ricky's belongings were found in a mess. Ricky's drawings were in the trash, his baby bottles were in the toilet, and his diapers were all around the living room, torn to shreds so that they were no longer usable. When I checked, I found that Ricky's bedding was soaked with honey. That's horrible. Someone must have a grudge against you. Oh, like the wife of the guy you're having an affair with. I told you I'm not having an affair. None of my stuff was taken. It's too obvious. The only person I can think of who would do something like this is you, Ursula. If you keep pretending that you don't know anything about it, I'll call the police. Don't be so snippy. What's the matter with you? You sound so angry. How pathetic. I'm just visiting you while you were out of town. You know how messy the room was? I was just trying to help you clean up. You should rather thank me for that. What? Clean up? You just bullied me, didn't you? That's enough. Putting a baby bottle in the toilet isn't tidying up, is it? Also, I can't use the baby bed anymore. Vanessa, Who do you think you are that you can talk to me like that? You've shown your true personality. Young people these days don't know how to treat their mother-in-law. Of course I'd lose my temper like this. How can I have respect for a mean person like you after what you've done to me and Ricky? Oh my god, what a thing to say. You deserve that. You seduced my precious son Joshua with your unattractive body. You want my son to raise a child you made with a stranger. Also, you flatter yourself that you're Joshua's wife. This is just a light punishment for you. I told you, didn't I? Don't underestimate me. Next time, it won't be like this, so be prepared. I've had enough. I'll report all this to Joshua. Huh? Are you threatening me? Feel free to do what you want to do, idiot. Joshua should know that Ricky is not his son. He needs to know the bitter fact. I want my life with Joshua back as soon as possible. I miss the days when we used to live together. I'll do my best to get rid of Vanessa, the evil wife. Don't be silly, Vanessa. What have you done? Joshua took my duplicate key. What did you tell him? You must take a responsibility of what you have done. You told me to mind my own business, so you brought this on yourself. What did you say? Did you forget what you did? I can't live in peace if you break in and do whatever you want while I'm away. I've talked it over with Joshua. Please don't come to our house anymore, Ursula. What's the matter with you? It's been a long time since the last time I was scolded by my husband. You're not only flirting with Joshua, but also my husband. I thought you'll apologize to me in such a gentle manner, but you have everyone on your side now, and your attitude just makes me more disgusted. But that doesn't mean you should stick divorce papers in the mailbox. It's annoying. I just did the right thing. It's because you didn't file the divorce papers. I prepared the divorce papers for you, so fill them out properly. Thank you for your effort, but I told you, didn't I? I'm not getting a divorce. I'm sorry to hear that. By the way, I found evidence of your affair. What proof? Are you making up stories again? I don't do that kind of thing. When you went into the hotel with the guy, I took a picture of it, so you can't get away with it anymore. Ursula, are you a stalker? Oh gosh. Oh dear, there's no point acting like you did nothing wrong. Justice always prevails. Well, I know that you were just trying to run away from the fact since I got the evidence. That was yesterday around 7, right? That's right. So you finally admit that? It was a guy named Alfred who works at the same company as you. It must have been a very inappropriate relationship for him to go out of his way to call you at a hotel while you were on maternity leave. You were all dressed up and flushed as you tried to seduce him. As it was, you quickly disappeared to your hotel room having fun together. I can't believe you had a secret meeting like that so openly. Why don't you use your brain a little more? I beg your pardon? Where were you hiding at that time? That's none of your business. You're filthy. I don't even want you to call my name. How could you go into a hotel with another man while having a husband named Joshua? What a terrible woman you are. I've got the pictures. Your excuses won't work. I don't know where you've been watching this. I'm impressed that you have such a vivid imagination. My boss at work is getting married to my colleague. I was the one who introduced my colleague to him, so he decided to invite me for dinner at a hotel to thank me for what I did. Of course, my colleague was there too. You can't talk to me like that. I'm sure I only saw you and that guy. It's just that my colleague was a little late arriving due to work. We were just waiting for her in the lobby while having tea. What an unsightly excuse! 3 good friends having dinner at a hotel. I wonder why you didn't choose a restaurant instead. My boss and my colleague were planning to have their wedding at that hotel, and they just wanted to check the details in advance. The Italian food at that hotel is famous, you know? It's a popular place to have a wedding reception there. Did you just make up that story in case someone found out about your affair? That story just sounds too good to be true. I filed a report with your boss today about the affair in the office. Now you'll finally feel sorry for yourself, won't you? What? Why did you do that? It's not good for the company's image to keep such an unscrupulous employee. I told him clearly. I even sent him the pictures by email. The person on the other end understood what I was talking about. They were very polite and said they were sorry for the inconvenience. You're out of control. To go to the trouble of calling my company with a totally made-up story like that. You're bothering everyone in the company. As I said, the two people who had dinner together with me are getting married, okay? Don't make my boss worry about it, please. I doubt if it's even true, but to be in a hotel with a man who is about to get married? It's sickening. I have sincerely and wholeheartedly disappointed in you. Well, no matter how nicely you make up your story, I'm sure the company will call to punish you. You'd better brace yourself for that. And I'm going to have you leave Joshua, so you must write down the divorce papers. Give me a break, Ursula. You don't understand at all. Silence. I have a lot of preparations to do, so excuse me. Preparations? What preparations? Don't tell me you're still planning something. Please stop doing more nasty things. Ursula, please pick up the phone. Where are you? Do you know where Ricky is? Shut up! I finally made up my mind. What do you mean? Where is he now? Ricky is nowhere to be found. Oh, you're awake already. Looks like the drug was not strong enough. You're quite tough, aren't you? Drug? I suddenly fell asleep because of that? Don't tell me it was your fault. What did you do to me? That's terrible. You'll have to pay the cab fare later. I was kind enough to drive you back to your parents' house. I also packed your daily necessities in your suitcase, didn't I? It was hard work. I can't believe I went to all this trouble for a woman who flirts with everyone. How sweet of me. Now that you mention it, I remember. You were pushing me into a cab, but I got really sleepy and woke up in front of my parents' house. I don't know what happened. Ricky, what happened to Ricky? Please give me back my son. Ursula, where is Ricky? Is he with you? I threw the kid away. I don't want him. Huh? I said that I threw him away. I got rid of him while you were snoring. Got rid of him? What do you mean? You didn't... It's okay. I'm not an ogre. I'm a human being, even if it's someone else's child. I didn't do anything wrong, don't worry. I didn't do anything terrible like dumping him in a mountain or a garbage dump. I wish it were true, but I'm such a kind woman after all. I see. I'm glad that Ricky's safe. I'll go and get him. By the way, how did you get into the house? I asked you to return the duplicate key, didn't I? Don't underestimate me. You wanna know? I made a few spares with the duplicate keys you gave me. That's known that you're a mean woman, Vanessa. I knew you'd eventually ask me to return the duplicate keys. That's why I decided to sneak into your house, put sleeping pills in anything you were likely to eat or drink. I dropped you off at your parents' house just as you fell asleep. Oh, I was so busy at that time. All for the sake of my son, who's coming home from his business trip today. If he had to stay in the same house with his dirty wife and someone else's child any longer, Joshua would be ruined. From today on, it will be just me and him. The time has finally come. I can't wait any longer. So does that mean you're at our house now? Oh yes, officially it's Joshua's house, not your house. Now I'm gonna prepare dinner for Joshua. Do you realize what you're doing? Do you think you can get away with this just like that? This is not a story that will end in laughter. Not only did you bully me, what did you do to my son? You threw him away. Are you out of your mind? I can't believe you're this kind of person. You even made such a sinister and cowardly plan. It's my precious child that I gave birth to with all my might. What do you think you're doing? What if someone does the exact same thing to you? What if someone abducts Joshua from you and abandons him? What would you do, Ursula? Of course I would never forgive that person. I won't let anyone to do such a thing to my precious Joshua. I'll make sure I catch the person and send him or her to hell where those poor unfortunate souls belong. That's what I was trying to tell you. If someone does nasty thing to your child, of course you wouldn't forgive that person, would you? Don't change the subject. Joshua is my precious son. Ricky is a child of a stranger, born of adultery. Damn it! How many times do I have to tell you? I told you that I didn't have any affair. Wait, Vanessa? Just like how you think that your son is precious, Ricky is my precious son. That's why I won't forgive you. But what about Joshua? It's over. This is the end. Your precious Joshua isn't taking your side anymore. Huh? What do you mean? What did you do to Joshua? How foolish of you, Ursula. Me and Joshua have a strong bond, you know? I called him and explained the situation. He was furious. I've never seen him that angry before. Joshua was furious? That boy never used to get angry at all in the past. Yes, you made your precious son angry. Looks like you failed, Ursula. I could put up with it if you were only bullying me, but not if you started to mess up with Ricky. Wait a minute. Instead of worrying about you, Joshua has decided to cut ties with you. Cut ties? Of course. You have done such a horrible thing to his own wife and son. But the evidence I found proved the affair, right? You're so persistent. I got a call from my boss who took the call. He was laughing. It was the person who answered the phone, the boss I had dinner with. He was worried that I'm being bullied by you. When I told him that no matter how much I told you, you still didn't believe me. My boss even suggested to explain to you along with my colleague. My colleague believes that me and my boss would never have an affair. It's so lame that you're bullying your daughter-in-law like this. You thought that the picture alone was enough to call me an adulterer. You're so paranoid. Everyone in the company laughed in amazement. They said that you're such a lame mother-in-law, Ursula. Stop making fun of me. Your company's employees are nothing but scum. I can't believe that you would go this far. Are you okay? Was that some sort of joke? What? It seems that you're not worried about anything at all. Do you understand your situation? Huh? You were so terrible that I was honestly at my wit's end. I couldn't help myself, so I asked your husband for advice. He said he would help me and gave me some money to use to help Ricky. He said he would collect it from you later. No way! I'm not gonna pay, not even a penny. Just worrying about your own money. How pathetic. But I don't think you need to worry about paying your cost of living. What do you mean by that? It still doesn't ring a bell? I'm tired of talking to you seriously. I'm sure they'll be there soon, so I'll leave the rest to the police. You call the police? You're overreacting. No, I'm not overreacting. What you did was a crime. Did you think I wouldn't do anything? Don't underestimate a mother who's protecting her child. But don't worry, it was your beloved Joshua who called the police. I called him as soon as I woke up. Joshua called the police immediately and without hesitation. Joshua called the police? No kidding. Thanks to his quick decision, while I was calling you, Ricky was found safe and sound. Too bad that it seems things didn't go as you wanted. Oh, yes, your husband contacted me too. He said he'll be divorcing you right away. I can't have that. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Why would it be like that? I don't want a divorce. Well, he said that it's just plain disgusting to have a wife who does such terrible things to his precious son and daughter-in-law. I still have the divorce papers that you shoved into the mailbox. There are many of them, so if you make a mistake, you still have some extra papers to write again. Well, even my kind and loving father-in-law was at his wit's end. He decided to divorce you right away. You were the one who'll be leaving, not me. I don't want to. I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. I'll do anything. Please, Vanessa, do something to convince my husband and Joshua. I can't reach either of them at all. Why? They don't answer my messages and calls. What am I supposed to do? I can't help you. I'm fed up with you, Ursula. So I'm gonna stop contacting you too. Goodbye. Vanessa, wait! I don't want to cut ties with my family. The police arrived at the house immediately, arrested my mother-in-law. Ursula got into the police vehicle with a drooping head. Ricky, who was abducted by Ursula, was found safely. It was the result of Joshua spreading the news on social media. An acquaintance contacted us in a panic to say he was keeping Ricky at home, and he was safely protected. Some of our friends came to see us after seeing social media, and we cried at their kindness. When Joshua is no longer angry, he told us that his mother had done something terrible. He apologized to me and told me that he should have realized it sooner. I also began to talk to Joshua more than ever about anything, and I feel like our bond as a couple has deepened. Ricky is growing up well, and it seems that he's happy since his father is spending more time with him. He calls out for his father loudly every day, and I think he has more smiles on his face. Since mother-in-law's attacks have finally stopped, me and my family are now living a happy life. Recently, Joshua and I have been talking about if we should give Ricky a brother or sister.
Amelia, I just want to check something. Your father's company was taken over by my son, wasn't it? Why are you asking about that out of the blue? My father is still the president of the company. Please don't say crazy things. So, does that mean you're the next president? Well, that's fine anyway. Huh? Please stop talking nonsense. Who told you that information? I visited your house yesterday to see my son. That's when I heard about it. You visited our house? Are you telling me that you went in without permission? If you're coming, you should have told me in advance. My son was home since it was his day off, so it doesn't matter. You're just being paranoid, aren't you? I was working. Don't you dare to talk back to me. I have a very serious question. Did my husband say that he was going to be the president of my father's company? No, he didn't. We found a note in your working space. I can't believe you went into my working space without permission. Did you ransack the house? Of course not. Do you think I'm some sort of thief? We're family, so it's normal to enter each other's houses without permission. Please don't do that. Even though we are family, it's an invasion of privacy. That's not important right now. What's more important is what the note said. I saw that it said the next president will come from my heir. It must be my son, Warlock, am I right? I just made a note on the phone conversation I had with my father. It's confidential outside the company. Even though you are my mother-in-law, I can't tell you any more than that. I need to know everything related to that. Warlock is one of my family members who works for the company. He's on the list of candidates for the next president, isn't he? I have to hear at least that much. As I just told you, I can't talk to you because you are an outsider. I really can't. Well, by how you say it, I can tell that Warlock will be the next company president. Isn't that right? Please stop prying. I can't tell you anything about that. There are 4 of my relatives working in the company, including you and Warlock. Then it's obvious that my son will be the next president, isn't it? Can we stop talking about this? I can't divulge any information. No, we need to continue talking. You don't have any male siblings, do you? I have 2 younger sisters, for your information. It's impossible for a woman to take over the company. That means the only male heir is Warlock. Please stop speculating and saying strange things. I can't tell you anything, no matter what. From that reaction, it seems that I was right about most of the things. I'm glad to hear that. Please give me a break. If you don't have any other business, can we end our conversation here? Maybe I should ask Warlock for an overseas trip next time. I want to go to Italy again. It seems that you don't want to listen to what I say. If it happens, I might as well carry out that plan. Yeah, let's do that. What are you talking about? Don't worry about it now. See you later. My name is Amelia. I'm 35 years old and currently working for a major company owned by my father. 5 years ago, I met and married Warlock, who is the same age as me. He is unreliable and somewhat dangerous, but I thought he was cute just the way he was. I still feel the same way even now. However, I always have a hard time dealing with my mother-in-law. Today, while I was at work, she entered the house without permission, even though she had my husband's permission, and even ransacked my room. I tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen to me. However, I later regretted that I had underestimated Fanny, my mother-in-law. I'm sorry to inform you, but I've filed for your divorce. What? Was that really necessary after all this time? Besides, your husband passed away last year. So shouldn't you have filed the marriage termination papers at that time? What are you talking about? Don't be ridiculous. I'm grateful to my husband for leaving me a lot of inheritance. There's no way I'm terminating that now. Wait a minute. Then whose divorce papers did you file? You and Warlock. It's obvious, right? Huh? Why? Since Warlock has become the president of the company, I don't need you anymore. I want you to proceed with the divorce. What on earth are you talking about? I don't know where to begin. You have a harsh personality, and to be honest, I didn't like you. But I put up with it because you're the president's daughter. I'm glad that I can finally let that go now. I knew that you didn't like me, but you're being too arrogant, you know. Shut up! All I want is my son. Even this house belongs to us, mother and son, from today. I've always dreamed of living together with my son. No way. We've just completed our move into the high-rise where you and Warlock live. I'm a fast worker, aren't I? You're so selfish. This house is in Warlock's name, right? Then it shouldn't be strange for his mother to live together. Do you have a problem with that? As you know, I live here too. What were you thinking? Moving out without consulting me? I mean, you're already divorced from Warlock, so it's time for you to move out. I don't think having a discussion in advance with you is necessary. Fanny, please listen. Have you heard about the crime of forging documents? What is that? Do you mean it's a crime to write something without permission? That's right. It's against the law to make a divorce decree without the permission of the persons concerned. If you contact the authorities immediately, it is possible to revoke it. But I went there together with Warlock, so I have his permission. Seriously? He's been thinking about divorcing you for a long time. I wonder why you didn't notice. Gosh, that's unbelievable. Knowing how Warlock feels, are you still going to keep saying that you don't want to divorce him? You're pathetic. I don't know what to do. You have no choice anyway. Warlock and you are strangers now. I've sent your stuff to your parents' house, so don't worry. I can't believe you did this while I was working. This is just too much to bear. I don't like your personality, but in case you don't know, I'm grateful to you, okay? Thanks for being a stepping stone for my son to become the company's president. I'm sincerely indebted to you. Anyway, I'll discuss this with Warlock once. There's a lot of confusion here. You can talk it over, but don't come back to the high-rise, okay? I won't forgive you if you do something annoying like that. I'm off work tomorrow, so I'll call Warlock over to the cafe and we'll talk. Oh well, why don't you do whatever you want? See ya! It's been a week since your divorce. I know you're not over it. I just want you to stop obsessing over Warlock. Don't worry. I'm already over it. We talked about it, and I didn't go to the authorities to cancel the divorce. You're lying. Every day, Warlock says that he's going to see you. It's true that he comes to my parents' house every day. I knew it. You're going around calling your ex-husband and trying to get him to cancel the divorce. Can you explain the current situation to me? I think you misunderstood. Your son is begging me not to divorce him. I don't think so. Warlock wanted a divorce. I don't see a single reason why he's going to your parents' house. Stop taking advantage of my son for your own good. You know what? Stop running off on your own without knowing what's going on. How rude! Warlock said that he wants to divorce you. Also, it's a fact that he's going to be the company's president. I know everything. I wonder why you said that. As a matter of fact, Warlock won't be the president of our company. That can't be true. I saw the note you left with my own eyes. Instead of taking over the company, he's unemployed now. What are you talking about? That's impossible. Think about it carefully. In the days before the divorce, you entered our house several times without permission. Each time you came to our house, Warlock was there, wasn't he? Don't you think it's strange? Which part of that was strange? My son just happened to take a day off from work when I visited him. Our company is closed on Saturdays, Sundays, national holidays, New Year's, and summer holidays. We are on business during weekdays, and yet Warlock was home. What? I don't understand. Moreover, don't you think it's strange that he hasn't been going to work every day these days? I think he was just using his paid leaves. I mean, he's the company's president, so he doesn't have to come to the office, right? You're wrong. Even if he were the company's president, it's impossible for him to take day off so often on weekdays, even if he uses his paid leaves. Wait a minute. I'm getting more confused. Let me explain it to you step by step. Please listen carefully. First of all, Warlock was fired from our company 6 months ago. What? Why? He was a habitual slacker. He skipped work whenever he found time and didn't do a very good job at all. Our company can't keep a lazy person as an employee. Anyone would take a little time off to relax. Are you telling me that the company doesn't allow the employees to take a break? In Warlock's case, it went too far. It wasn't even in the category of taking a break. He said that he went to visit a client, but he ended up gambling at a casino. Because of that, he once forgot to visit an important client. No way! There's no way my son would do such a thing! I know he was unreliable and not serious about his work to begin with. I used to go together with him when I was in the same sales department. Really? But 6 months ago, I had to leave the sales department. That's when his slacking off habit worsened. Then that means you're the cause too, right? Of course not. Warlock is already 35 years old. I think it's normal for him to do his job on his own. No, I don't think you should leave him by himself, knowing that he can't do his job without help. You were his wife, weren't you? I've been appointed as an executive director, so there's no way I can follow up on the work of the sales department. What did you say? I was appointed as an executive director. Before that, I was the head of the sales department. My father nominated me for the position, so I was promoted. You didn't hear about this? No, I didn't. By any chance, are you the company's next president? I've told you many times, but I couldn't go into details because it's a company secret. But an executive director is a pretty important position. Don't you think so? I can't tell you anything about it. I'll leave that to your imagination. Then, why didn't you tell me about that at an early stage? I didn't think it was a good idea to tell you that your son is unemployed if he didn't tell you. Then at least tell him that you've become the executive director. I'm your mother-in-law. I thought you hate me. That's why I didn't tell you, because I knew that you wouldn't be interested in me. I can't believe this is really happening. Warlock is unemployed and you're one of the board members? I'm speechless. I've warned Warlock many times not to slack off. I've also given him proper guidance and training. But there was no room for improvement with him. So we had no choice but to have him quit the company. Please understand. But why did he accept my offer of divorcing you when he was in such a state? It turns out that what he wanted was the high-rise where we lived, and his father's inheritance. My husband's inheritance? He thought that he was going to have the high-rise as part of his share of the property, and if he lives there with you, he'll also benefit from his father's inheritance. With those, he was thinking that he'll have no trouble making ends meet after the divorce. So that's why he accepted my proposal so easily, even though he was unemployed? How foolish of him. However, after discussing the matter with me, various miscalculations and misunderstandings came to light. Then, he told me that he doesn't want a divorce. I didn't know that. What did you tell Warlock when you asked him to divorce me? I just told him that he should leave you because of your harsh personality. Why did you ask that? Did you talk to him about who's gonna be the next president? Warlock agreed to the divorce before I could even talk about that. That's why I told him about your misunderstanding. That's when he realized that he was relying on me financially since he was unemployed and finally started to get impatient. But was that enough to make him impatient? We still have a house, so it's not like that he's suddenly going to be in trouble. That's strange. You must have some kind of a plan, don't you? As for the high-rise, I bought it in one lump sum before I got married. Unfortunately, Warlock can't live in it because it's not subject to property division. Didn't you buy that after you got married? I thought the two of you went to a real estate agent to look for a new house while you were engaged. We did think about a new house, but my house is quite spacious, and we decided it would be a shame to let it go. So you and my son continued to live there? That's right. And then, when Warlock finally understood that if we're divorced, he would be homeless and jobless, he thought that it would be a bad idea to move on with the divorce under the current circumstances. So he is now begging me to cancel the divorce. After all, he's going to be kicked out of the high-rise. I can't believe I misunderstood everything. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. I apologize for being selfish. Please don't divorce Warlock. It's too late, Fanny. You and your son are really just like each other. I can't believe I can't even live in that high-rise, and my son is jobless. Thank you so much for supporting Warlock until this day. I really hope that you'll continue to do the same. Don't make me laugh. Even though you've apologized to me, things won't change. You knew Warlock's personality before you married him. You wanted to support him, right? I thought he was cute at first because he was unreliable and a bit of a mess. I'm the eldest daughter, so I have a caring personality. Then you should continue to love him. And me too. Why do you expect me to take care of you and Warlock after what you've done to me? That's impossible, of course. I've sold my house since I thought I was going to live in the high-rise. What am I supposed to do now? You got a lot of inheritance from your husband, right? Besides, you're a pensioner, so why don't you do your best to make ends meet? I can't do that. That's why I moved out. You should have guessed. Are you kidding me? Did you spend all of your husband's inheritance? Well, something like that. Well, you said before that you wanted to go back to Italy again, but looks like you've been traveling overseas so much that you've run out of money. I was just so happy because I suddenly got a lot of money. I went on a cross-country tour of Europe and also a gourmet tour of Korea. Before I knew it, my balance turned to zero. So please, don't give up on me. Give me a break. On top of that, I even got a bill for the property tax on my house. I thought it was impossible to live on my pension alone. That's when I found out that Warlock might take over your father's company. Strictly speaking, that was your own mistake. Isn't that what you deserved? Don't say that. It was a ray of light for me. That's why I was going to make him divorce you and keep his earnings to myself. I never thought this would happen. If you had consulted me in the first place, I would have helped you a lot. Looks like you never listened to anyone. Then help me now. I don't want to do that. I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you after what you've done to me. So, you don't even love my son anymore? My feelings have completely cooled off after this incident. I wonder if someone's feelings can change that easily. Warlock said he felt inferior and desperate because his wife had got a promotion and he was unemployed. But that doesn't mean I can go back with someone who can decide on divorce so easily. But you said you have a caring nature, didn't you? Why don't you take care of me and my son as your hobby? It will be fun. Please don't say anything without thinking in advance. It's not the same as taking care of someone you love. Oh no, Then what should I do? Please think about that on your own. As for the high-rise, we are preparing to sell it, so please leave as soon as possible. Please take care of your own son from now on. Don't abandon us! Help us! You are our only hope, Amelia! After that, I also proceeded with the sale of the high-rise and got rid of my mother-in-law and ex-husband. The last time I saw my mother-in-law and ex-husband, they were crying like babies. How embarrassing. My ex-husband was coming to my parents' house every day, so I warned him that if he came again, I would report him to the police. As a result, he got scared and stopped doing that. And then time passed. I was nominated by my father to be the next president of the company. And now, I'm working hard every day so that I can manage the company properly. My days are so busy that I have a newfound respect for my father. I have not been in contact with my mother-in-law and my ex-husband since then. Rumor has it that my ex-husband has not been able to find a new job. He kept changing his job since he's not capable to work at the same place for a long term. The property division that I gave him as a last mercy seems to have been used up immediately. Now they are living in poverty with only my mother-in-law's small pension. I tried to do everything I could, but it can't be helped. I feel bad about the way we parted, but from now on, I will forget about those two and try to do my best for the company and my own happiness.
Hey Mom, are you busy? I have something very important to tell you. Oh my God, if it's for my sweet Anne, I'll make time to listen even if I'm short of time. What's wrong? Can you lend me some money? What are you going to use it for this time? I can't afford it, but if it's for your sake, right? How much do you need? A little more this time. You know, don't be surprised. What? Is it such a surprising amount? I'm getting nervous. Okay, I'm ready. How much do you need? Well, I'd like $70,000 if possible. But if that's too much, please give me the close amount to that. What? That's a lot. It's not for clothes or jewelry, is it? What's the money for? Well, it's hard to say, but I still wanted to keep it a secret. That's a lot of money, so you can't just keep it a secret. Be honest with me, sweetheart. What's going on? You didn't demand for this much amount before. Actually, you were talking about moving in with us, weren't you? Oh yes, I remember I slightly mentioned that last time. But you guys have your own lives and you don't have to take it seriously. I'm not talking about moving in, don't worry. I talked to my husband and he said he knows a real estate agent who knows a great, inexpensive place for us to live. I'm sorry that I can't let you live together with me and my husband, but it would be easier for you to come and go if we live nearby. How sweet of you. I'm so glad to hear that, Anne. Is there really such a good deal? It took me so long to find that property anyway, but I have no regret, since I want the best for you, Mom. I'd feel safer if you lived nearby. I'm so lucky to have such a lovely daughter like you, sweetheart. Oh, I'm flattered, Mom. By the way, I look forward to living near you. When is the deadline for me to prepare the money? I'm going to help you move out, so you should have it ready by then. You're even going to help me move? That's just as I expected of you, my lovely Anne. I wish your sister Samantha were as sweet and kind like you. You're a good example for her. Oh, Mom, don't expect that. Samantha is poor and she's just jealous of me. Well, of course she's jealous of you. Your husband is receiving 6 figures monthly salary. Samantha can't make that kind of money for the rest of her life. And you are smart to marry such a rich man. You're the champion in life. I know. I have more money than I can spend. Are you jealous? Yes. I'm proud of you for marrying such a rich man and being happy. And as your parent, I couldn't be happier. Anyway, if I move to your neighborhood, do I have to say hello to your husband's parents too? I don't care either way about that. All I care about is you, Mom. By the way, what are you going to do with the house you currently live in? I wonder what I should do with this house. If I move to a new house, I won't need this house anymore, right? Oh my God, Mom, you're so mean. I think you forgot about Samantha. Oops, sorry about that. I totally forgot about your sister. I don't want her staying at my house forever. What do you think I should do? Samantha, I have something important to tell you. Now? I can't, Mom. I'm too busy with work. It's more important than your work, so I can't wait until you finish your work. What? Can we have the conversation after I arrive at home? I wish I could wait for you, but I don't want to waste my time. Yeah, I can't wait until you come home. Jeez. Okay, I'll call you during lunch break then, so wait for me. Sorry to keep you waiting. So, what's up? Is everything all right? Oh, you finally called me. You're late, Samantha. You're late for everything. By the way, can I borrow some money? Seriously, Mom? You went out of your way to contact me knowing I was at work to ask for money? I'm so dumbfounded. What now? Shopping? A trip to the spa? We can talk about those stuff after I arrive at home. It's not about leisure, my dear. This time, it's a huge thing. Really? So, how much do you need? About $36,000. Or even half of that will be fine. What are you going to spend that much money for? Why are you asking for that huge amount of money all of a sudden? It's for the surgery. Yes, the cost of the surgery. Surgery? Mom, you're so proud of being a strong and healthy woman. What surgery? I'm going with you to the hospital and ask them to tell me the details. Calm down, Samantha. It's not me who's gonna take the surgery. It's your sister, Anne. It's not a life-threatening surgery, just some sort of cosmetic surgery for her appearance. Huh? Cosmetic surgery? For heaven's sake, why don't you tell her to ask the money from her rich husband? He's receiving 6 figures monthly salary, isn't he? You don't have to ask me for the money. Anne wants to do it without telling her husband. I don't think so. The other day, she was bragging that she got Botox because she begged her husband to pay for it. Don't tell me that Anne is now obsessed with beauty-related stuff and is pouring a lot of money into it without telling her husband. No way. Anne is beautiful just the way she is. I want to give Anne something as a gift to thank her for all she's done for me. $36,000 for a token of gratitude? Are you kidding me, Mom? I'm serious. Anne and her husband are rich, right? They would laugh at me if I don't give them a present of that amount. It's been almost a year since they got married, so I want to celebrate that as well. It's not a bad idea, is it? Oh gosh, you disturbed me at work just to ask me to send you money to make you look good? This is important, Samantha. So, are you going to lend me the money? I can't give you that much money, but sending Anne and her husband something for their anniversary is something I agreed to do. Huh? You can't afford $36,000? Of course I can't. That's a big sum of money. What am I supposed to do to get those money? Gambling in Las Vegas? This is why you are useless. Then how much can you afford? It's a gift, right? At the most, I can give you about $3,600. Isn't that an amazing amount for a gift? $3,600 is a lot of money for a person like me. That's all you can give? That doesn't add up to anything. What do you want me to do then? You want me to give you more? I've worked so hard to save that $3,600. Why can't you understand me, Mom? Considering your income, that's hard work, but it's for your little sister. Don't be reluctant to pay out. You should at least pay out your entire savings. You don't have to do that much for a gift. Why don't you and I pool our money together and come up with a present that fits? That's not a good idea. We definitely need $36,000. That's impossible. You're not a good daughter and all, and I'm very disappointed in you, Samantha. You're single, you live at home, and you don't even have any savings. I don't know if you're just stingy or poor. I feel sorry for you to receive such a low monthly salary. Don't be rude. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm just a steady saver. Yeah, whatever. How much can you afford then? For your information, $3,600 isn't enough. Oh, really? I tried my best, but I changed my mind. What do you mean? I won't pay a penny. Never. Feel free to do what you want to do, Mom. I have nothing to do with this. Wait, Samantha. That's not fair. That's not good enough. Show me that you're a good daughter by paying for your sister. I've been thinking about it for a while. You always look down on me. You have no love for me. What? Don't be so condescending. You know I'm busy, but you call me and ask me for money without caring. When I tell you I don't want to pay, you curse me. You love my sister more than me. I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm just saying that I want you to learn from Anne and be kind to your parents. Is giving money to my sister considered as being kind to my parents? Anne isn't my mother. You are my mother. I was worried that something bad had happened to you, and now you're talking like that. You've never showed me that you care for me. Not even once, Mom. Not even once? No, that's not true. We celebrated as a family when Anne graduated from college and when you got a job. I know that's because Dad said he wanted to. You were against that at that time. I don't know why you would say I was reluctant. I was thinking to celebrate with you too. Well, it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it's an urgent matter, so it can wait. What? Samantha, you're going to pay me soon, aren't you? I'll talk about it later, including whether or not I'll pay you. You're just trying to get me to go along with this. It can't be helped. I understand. By the way, I'll be working overtime work today, so I'll come home late. So, have you thought about the money? Calm down, Mom. Let me check something more important. Oh, come on. Don't give me any more trouble, okay? What is it? You love Anne unconditionally, right? She's my daughter, so it's just obvious. What's the point of talking about it now? You should think about that yourself. Why don't we just get straight to the point? I don't have enough patience to play around with you. Well then, let me ask you something. Why did you decide to leave Dad? Tell me the real reason. Because he was seeing someone else. You made him do that, didn't you? I was Daddy's little girl. Dad was worried about me and always defended me. So that's why you were angry about that, right? You only care about Anne. That's not true. Your father cheated on me. It wasn't my fault. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about money now, right? I told you, I can't pay you $36,000. If you're talking about paying as much as I can, I might consider it. I see. So that's your attitude towards your own sister. I'm just being realistic. That's enough. Talking to you with your cheap salary makes me feel poor and depressed. Hey, that's quite rude. What's wrong with receiving a low income? I was going to keep it a secret from Anne's husband and surprise him, but I had no choice. I'm going to get the money from Dave himself. Dave? Are you talking about Anne's rich husband? Hey, what are you trying to do involving a lot of people? Even you are still working now, right? Mom, where are you? What's going on? Are you out somewhere? Why don't you just go wherever you want? I'm at Anne's place right now. You should have said those things earlier. I'm not a child. Do I have to report every single time? I'll be careful next time. If you don't stay home, I'll worry about you. Do you want to eat when I get home? Do you want me to cook for you? Don't worry. I don't think I'll ever go back to that house again. What? You mean you're going to live with Anne and her husband? That's right. Are you surprised? Okay then. I have to change the owner's name of the house, so help me with the documents. Oh, you're not mad at me today, are you? Well, I wanted to live alone. It's actually more convenient. I'm not changing the owner's name of our house. Are you going to keep paying for the utilities and mortgage? I'm putting the house on the market. No kidding. I'm still living here. Oh, I forgot. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So, find a place to live quickly before you get kicked out. Can you let me live with you at Anne's house too? You want to live alone, right? Living with your sister while being jealous of her is not a good idea. You're right. You just put the house on the market without even having a discussion with me. I'm really glad I didn't give Anne the money. Yeah, you can say what you want to say. You're always useless. I got Dave to pay for it. Okay, that's good to know. Right? If you have money, you can easily take care of your parents like what Anne did to me. Is that so? Why did you and Anne suddenly start living together? Of course, it's because Anne said that she wanted to live with me. She wants to live with you, but she doesn't want to live with me? That's not true. You have to do something on your own. Don't bother Anne anymore. Then you didn't have to put the house on the market. I'll make money if I sell the house. Didn't you ever think that I would continue to live there? You, with your cheap salary? I don't think you can afford to pay since you were splitting the bills for gas, water, and electricity with me. If you think I'm that poor, why are you trying to kick me out of this house? Please, just let me talk to Anne. She's there, isn't she? There's something I want to talk to her about. Stop fighting with your sister. It's disgraceful. Anne has already gone to bed. Well then, can you tell her to call me back later? If you have a message for her, go ahead. Are you going to complain to her in person? That won't be necessary. Then what? What do you want to talk about? You don't know? Then we need to talk about it. What? What are you talking about? Well, good night. Hey, wait a minute. I have good news, Samantha. You know what? You can come over. Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, you can come and live with me at Anne's house. What's going on all of a sudden? You want to live together, right? Fine. No, that's not what I meant. You said you wanted to live there the other day, right? I was about to be kicked out of my house, but I also said that I want to live alone, didn't I? That's why I'm saying that I'm gonna give you the house. I don't believe you. You should, Samantha. I changed my mind. It's what you wanted, right? Why don't you just take it? Well, could you please change the name of the owner then? What? Your family? You can't be a stranger to me. I've worked so hard for you. We're all set here. The process will be quick. I got it. I'll come over there and talk to you, and then we'll decide if I'll take the house or not. What? You're not taking it? Why should I? You kicked me out of the house, so I'm already living somewhere else. Oh, you're right. I'll be waiting for you. Also, it's going to cost a lot of money to change the owner's name of the house, so please transfer the money to this account. So, what are you going to do? Oh, I've been thinking about it, but I don't want the house. What? Why not? The house isn't worth much, and it's far from my office. It's an inconvenient place. I don't want it. Did you just say that it's not worth it? That can't be true. I don't want it, so where are you going to live if you give up this house? I already have another house lined up. Another house? You must be very rich. Well, Dave has money. By the way, how much did that new house cost? Why do you ask that? How much was it? What's the use of asking that? I'm just curious about that. By the way, what about the present you gave Anne? What did you give her? I gave her a trip abroad. Where to? I didn't ask Anne further about that. You didn't go with her? Of course not. If I had, it would have ruined her time together with Dave as a married couple. Do you really think they went on that trip? What do you mean? You don't know anything about Dave. He doesn't speak French and he doesn't work for a French company and receives 6 figures monthly salary. It's all a lie. Nowadays, if you have special skills or a sense of style, you can make that much, right? You can work even if you don't speak any foreign languages. Special ability and sense. You don't know about Dave's hidden ability, do you? It doesn't seem to be a genuine sense anyway. Stop saying things that don't make sense. Are you telling me that Dave is lying? Actually, he's paying me a lot of money. That's the proof that he earns money. Are you telling me that I'm just jealous of Dave, Mom? Oh, come on. Who would be jealous of someone who doesn't make a real living? By the way, I haven't heard from Anne yet. She doesn't want to talk to you. Tell her to contact me now, please. Samantha, I need a little help here. How many times do I have to tell you not to call me at work, Mom? Something really serious happened this time. Dave was arrested. I know that. What? You knew about this? Yes, of course. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't even listen to me, did you? Do you have any idea how many times I have tried to tell you? How many times did I ask you to let me talk to Anne? I know, but... I'm sorry, but I'm busy with work. Hold on a sec. I need your help, Samantha. Why didn't you pick up the call? I'm at work and I was too busy to pick up the call. Your work is nothing compared to what's happening right now. Then this conversation is over. Bye. Wait! What is it already? I don't want to talk to someone I can't have a conversation with. It's a conversation that concerns you too. You're an accomplice too. What are you talking about? You bought that house, didn't you? I didn't buy the house. No, you did. You bought it. No way. I filed it in your name. You can't do that. Yes, you can. You know what? I imitated your sign. You shouldn't underestimate me since I'm quite smart. Are you serious? What do you mean by that? I've changed my sign, of course. Those you saw in the past documents were my old ones. Oh, no. You're a criminal since you imitated my sign and submitted documents without my permission. Do something about it! I can't help you. It's your own fault. I'm sorry, but you're on your own. I think I should just let Anne take care of you. What about Anne? She'll be in trouble, right? Don't you know? Anne was just playing the good girl and hasn't told you the truth. Poor you. Tell me quickly! Anne has been in debt for a long time. What's that? You didn't know that? Your pretty Anne is not rich or anything. She was repeatedly in debt and squandered all her money on herself. But that's okay, right? She's your pretty and kind girl, isn't she? No! That can't be true! Besides, Dave is rich. There's no way she can get into debt. Well, I don't know about that. Rich, huh? What's important is that Anne helped Dave to cover it up. Anne was involved in the crime? Don't you know this too? I knew nothing about that. Are you okay? You really don't know anything, do you? How do you know everything in the first place? You yourself were on the scam with Dave, weren't you? Tell the truth. You were just trying to put Anne at fault. Oh, so it's a scam? I never said anything about the scam, did I? Only that it's a cover-up. What? Was Dave arrested for fraud? You know more about it than I do. All I know is that there are reports of a few people caught in an investment scam. I didn't know that Dave was involved. That's news to me. Could it be? You were calling me an accomplice earlier. Don't say that so often. Well, that can't be true. Well, the truth will come out soon. Who do you think you are, talking to me like you know what you're talking about? All you have to do is one thing. Save me! Thank you for the information that only those who have been involved with the crime know. I'll put all of it on the internet. Huh? What are you talking about? The internet? Why? What for? I've shown you before, haven't I? My articles? The picture of the house I was almost forced to buy? It looked so beautiful, didn't it? I didn't know that you wrote that article. I wrote that one. Didn't I tell you that being an online news writer was my side job? The house that Dave built with the money he got from the scam And you who tried to push such a thing on him? A criminal family, aren't you? Well, did you protect the wrong person? Or are you in the same hole? There are more, aren't there? Stop it! Don't say anything more. All right, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I apologize. Don't write any more articles. Maybe I should consider about that, but I can't guarantee that I won't write it. Don't be so mean! Well, even if I don't write it, someone else will surely write it because it's an interesting story. Oh no, I'm a victim too. At first, I was deceived by Dave too. He took my membership fee and stuff, and I knew it was him because I recognized the account number to which the money was transferred. Is that what you meant by the $36,000 at that time? That's right. They exploited me because I didn't have any money. I'm a victim too. Don't you feel sorry for me? Not at all. That is no reason to be a part of a scam. Can't you do something about it? What do you think? Why don't you talk to your own people? I have nothing to do with it, so what will be, right? Well, let's see if it ends up as a rumor. After that, various truths came to light. Anne was found out to have been using Dave's money and to have been covering up for Dave. Mom was also found out to have condoned Dave's fraud and to have tried to frame me, so both of them were arrested. I ended up putting the details of this one case online as a family member of the parties involved and got a huge buzz. I was pleasantly surprised at the extra income I received. The response was so great that I decided to draw a sequel, and I will continue to write about their future in an interesting way from a distance. This is what they must pay for what they have done to me. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? It's your mother. You work from home, so you're all alone during the day today, right? Are you feeling well? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Is your work going well? Is Alicia taking good care of you?
What the hell? Please stop with texting me as if you couldn't live without me, Mom. I was working hard like usual, but now I've lost my concentration.
Well, you shouldn't talk to me like that. I'm just worried about you. If I could, I'd like to take care of you by myself. Since I can't go over there, Alicia is the only person who can do that now.
I've told you many times to stop treating me like a little boy. I'm already 34 years old. I'm a grown man. Cut it off, okay?
Well, don't be angry like that. I'm sad to hear that.
I just don't like the way you treat me. Why can't you treat me like a grown-up man?
But you know what? For me, you are still my dearly beloved little boy. You know, people say that children are always children to their parents. Even if you have grown up to be an adult, you will always be my adorable son.
I think you are misunderstanding the fundamental meaning of the word.
By the way, how's your wife? I tried to call her after 1 p.m., but she hasn't answered yet.
Well, it's because Alicia is not allowed to use cell phone at work. She leaves her phone in the locker room when she's at work, so she probably doesn't even look at it during her lunch break. If she does respond, it will probably be after work.
Oh, is it going to be that late? Then, doesn't that mean she can't take care of you? Oh my God, I knew my fears were right on target. I had a feeling you were in danger, so I texted you and this is what I got. It's called a mother's instinct.
Huh? What on earth did you say to Alicia?
I asked if she came home during the lunch break.
Why?
She has to make lunch for you, right?
I can at least make my own lunch.
So she didn't come home after all?
Of course she didn't. In the first place, the company she works for is quite far from here. She can't come home and go back to her workplace in just 1 hour.
What? She works at a company that's far away? I'm so surprised.
Why would you be so surprised? It's just that it's difficult to go back and forth during lunch break, but it's a distance that everyone can commute normally.
No, it's not. If she can't take care of you during the lunch break, it's far enough.
I know some people who commute 2 hours each way.
If it's someone other than your wife, I'm sure that I won't mind. But Alicia is your wife. She exists to take care of you, doesn't she? But she can't even check her cell phone at her earliest convenience to cook lunch for you. What on earth is she doing? I want her to quit working as soon as possible. Get her to work closer to home. Well, at the very least, she should be able to walk or ride her bicycle for 3 minutes. She needs to cook, clean up, and make your after-dinner coffee. Also, she must clean your room.
No, there's no way I can let her do that. This is a big residential area. There's no place to work within a 3-minute walk or bicycle ride. Besides, Alicia loves her job. I think it's fine the way it is. Anyway, I didn't marry her just because I want her to take care of me.
Seriously?
I'm surprised to hear that you didn't realize that. I sometimes take care of Alicia too. I think it's fine for us to have it both ways as a married couple.
Well, you know what? You've only been married for 3 months, and she's been putting you through such a hardship. I always thought she was a kind girl, but looks like I was wrong. Oh, my poor boy, I feel sorry for you.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, if it wasn't such a distance of 4 hours one way, I would go there every day to take care of you.
Please don't ever do that.
Actually, I've been thinking about it for a while. Let's put it into action.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you when I do it. Don't worry. I'm on your side no matter what. I just need a little time to prepare, but just wait and see. I'm sure that you will be happy to see me.
I have a very bad feeling about this. Alicia, are you available to talk now? I'm sure you've received a message from my mom who thinks that I'm some sort of 3-year-old boy. You can just ignore it as usual.
Hello, Sean. I just finished work. I'm waiting for the train at the station. Did your mother texted you again like crazy?
Yeah, she did. I'm so distressed. I can't even laugh about it.
Oh, I'm sorry for you, honey.
You know what? Maybe she's just lonely living alone because my father divorced her some years ago. But I think the reason my father divorced her in the first place is because his wife is too attached to her son, and it's too gross for him to bear. It's scary that my mom still doesn't get it even after 2 years or so. I'm really close to the end of my rope. It's really tiring to communicate with my mom.
You've done a great job dealing with your mom, Sean. It's a relief that your father understands how you feel.
You're right. I was so busy after my parents filed the divorce. The good thing was, I was able to get out of my parents' house. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met you, sweetheart. If I decided to stay with my mother at that house, gosh, I shudder to even imagine about that. It would be easier if I could just ignore it. Oh, I'm dying to block my mother.
If you do that, she'll definitely come barging in here.
I'm seriously getting dizzy just to think about that.
Sorry.
I shouldn't have given her our home address, even though it's not so easy for her to get here. I really regret what I've done.
But that was the condition for you to come out of your parents' house, wasn't it? You had no choice. Don't blame yourself, Sean.
I guess you're right. I was desperate at the time, thinking it was my last chance, so I obeyed that without thinking too deeply. In the end, I'm getting frustrated every time I get a call from her. I'm always on edge, wondering when she's going to barge in. It's better than when I was at home, but it's still a stressful life.
She's been troubling you that you can't even concentrate on your work, hasn't she? Last week, she didn't even care that it was the deadline to submit your work.
That's right. That's what bothers me the most. Even though she's my mother, she's a real pain in the ass. She says she's doing it for my sake, but all she does is just get in my way. If I don't do something about it soon, my mental health will be in danger.
I'm so sorry.
Alicia, you are the only thing that keeps me going.
Then I have good news for you.
Oh, what is it?
It's about what I've been asking my real estate agent friend. I got a call from him that he found a place that fits our needs.
Really?
It's soundproof, so it will be perfect for your long-cherished dream of having a room dedicated for your work.
Oh, I'm honestly happy to hear that.
I heard that we can go check the property tomorrow, right?
Let's go there tomorrow. If we both like it, we can make a decision right away, can't we? We have to decide whether to renew or terminate our contract with the current apartment anyway.
I guess so. I'm sure my friend will be happy to hear from you. I'll call him as soon as I can.
Thanks for your time. I'm so excited.
Me too. As soon as we decide, we'll start preparing for the move. You don't have to worry about your mother anymore.
Got it. I'm suddenly feeling more energetic now that I have a glimmer of hope. It's going to be busy, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, good luck to us. Sean, my boy, it's your mother here. I'll be arriving there soon. I'm so excited to see you, darling. Oh, if you're busy, you don't have to reply. I know that you're probably at work. We can be together all the time from now on, right? Sean, are you home? The door was unlocked. Did you forget to lock it and went out? It was supposed to be a surprise, but I got a little carried away. I mean, your wife isn't here either. It's Sunday, so I thought you both would be here. Maybe the two of you are out somewhere? I'll take care of this. Don't worry about me. You can enjoy your holiday.
What? Mom?
Oh, Sean, at last. Right now, I just got my friend to drive my car and brought in my luggage.
Your luggage? Brought them in? Sorry, I don't think I understand you, Mom.
By the way, your wife is not good at cleaning. Your room is not very tidy. She needs to learn how to clean properly. Now that I'm here, I have to teach her well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, there's only beer and snacks in the fridge. And as far as I can remember, you don't drink alcoholic beverages. Then this must be Alicia's. I can see how much she's been neglecting you. This is quite a problem. Poor boy, you are being bullied by your wife, who can't even clean your room, let alone take care of you. But it's okay. From now on, your mother will protect you.
So what? What are you talking about?
By the way, this room was a one-bedroom apartment. I've reduced my luggage as much as possible, but it looks a little short on space. It's too small for the three of us. But if we move to a bigger place as soon as possible, it will be fine.
What? One bedroom? No way! You came to our old house? You never said anything about that.
It's a little surprise. What do you think? Aren't you happy with that? I thought you would be happy, so I secretly prepared for that. From now on, you and me will live together forever. I don't think Alicia can take care of you perfectly, and that's why you need your mother. That is the best solution.
Are you kidding me?
I'll prepare dinner, so come home early. I'll make your favorite omelette tonight.
Hey, Mom.
What is it?
I think you're trespassing. I won't say anything bad about it, but you should leave that house right now.
What? Trespassing? You're so funny. You're so good at jokes. Your favorite mother just came to her adorable son's house. I came to the address you gave me, so this should be where you live.
That's not our house anymore. We moved out.
What? Moved out?
Yeah, we moved out.
This can't be true. Sean, darling. Oh, you're divorced from Alicia, huh? That's great. A wife who can't even take care of you doesn't deserve you.
I didn't. I'm too dumbfounded to say anything else. Me and Alicia, we found out that our one-bedroom apartment was too small for us, so we moved to a bigger room.
Really? Then this room is...
Alicia just checked with the landlord. She said that there are already new tenants in the room.
What?
The landlord contacted him and he said he forgot to lock the house and went out. Mom, you are breaking in since it's now a stranger's house.
Oh my God!
What the hell are you doing? I don't even want you to show up unannounced. You're planning to move in with me without consulting me, bringing in stuff without the owner's knowledge. Even if you take into account the fact that the current resident forgot to lock the door, I think it's too insane.
You know, I just wanted to see your happy face. I planned this as a surprise. I didn't expect you to be moving out, so I failed. But your mother's feelings made you happy, right, Sean?
I'm not happy at all. It's a big inconvenience.
Oh no, please don't say that.
The landlord is going to the room now. Besides, the owner of the room also will be coming home in a hurry. So get your stuff out of here. Apologize to those people. If you don't hurry, it'll be a police matter.
Police matter? Why? What's the matter with you?
Because you're trespassing someone else's house.
Where are you and Alicia now? Tell me your new home address. I'm coming over there now.
Don't come. I'll never tell you where we live. Go back to your old house.
That house is already on the market.
I beg your pardon?
So let's move in together.
I can't.
But if it's bigger, then I can move in with you. You picked out a bigger house for me to live with you, didn't you?
Alicia is pregnant.
Are you joking?
We were moving to make a new start, the three of us, parents and the unborn child. Please don't get in my way.
Pregnant? Whose baby is it?
It's my child, of course.
Oh no, I can't believe you would do such a thing. Tell your mother the truth, okay?
Huh?
You are being threatened by Alicia to tell her that the unborn child is yours, aren't you? Oh, poor boy. Your mother will protect you no matter what, so don't worry.
Alicia didn't have an affair. I want to have a child with Alicia. That's why she's now pregnant with my child.
No, things aren't supposed to be like that. You are not allowed to do that. My little boy would never do such a thing. You know how your mother feels, don't you?
I've had enough, Mom.
What do you mean, Sean? You're sick of living with Alicia, aren't you? I understand perfectly. So let's live with your mother then.
I don't want someone like you to be my mother anymore.
Sean, what's wrong? What are you saying?
I'm going to cut ties with you. Don't contact me anymore.
Sean, please don't be silly. Sean, are you there? Tell me the new address where you're moving to.
I left the rest to the landlord to deal with. I was prepared that the police action might be unavoidable. I'm not involved in the trouble since I wasn't there, so my mother just apologized and left. Soon after that, she asked my uncle, my mother's brother, for help. My uncle asked me about what happened between me and my mother, so I showed him the talk history. He was both appalled and nauseated, but eventually understood my feelings toward my mother. In the end, my mother starts to live at my uncle's house. We agreed that she would eventually be admitted to a nursing home. My mother, who finally understood that I hated her, was in despair. She spends her days in a corner of a room, staring at pictures of me.
My name is Rebecca. I am in my early 30s and I am a novelist. I live with my 2 elementary school daughters and my husband James, a copywriter and the same age as me. Recently, I'm suffering from my mother-in-law's behavior. She's from a good and rich family and married to a man who is a director of a company. Since she has been spoiled ever since she was born and has done whatever she wanted, she is a nuisance who ranks and one-up everyone around her based on their family background and money, including our family, my parents, and her daughter's family who left her house to marry into her husband's family. And recently, she even started doing this. Rebecca, where do you keep the new body soap? The last one I used was so nice and my skin got smooth, so I want the same one for mine. Bianca, you came to our home again without permission? You and James are both at work today, and Annie and Rachel are away on a school trip, right? I've come to protect your house for you guys. As a thank you gift, I'll take some body soap. You should be thankful. I don't charge you in cash. A home guard? Please stop making jokes. Also, that's our house, so don't take her stuff without permission. I mean, how many times have I told you not to go into her house without permission? This is not only your house, right? It's also James' house, so it's natural for me, his mother, to go in and out. I mean, he gave me a duplicate key, so it's fine. He's warned you many times, hasn't he? He told you that the next time you enter the house without permission, he would confiscate it, right? Oh, really? You always mess up her house and it's really bothering me. Who do you think cleans up after you leave each and every time? When we go on vacation or leave the house for a long period, it's so hard for me to clean it up when I get back. Please don't do anything more to mess the house. Also, this tea and sweets look so good. I'll take some home for my husband. Hey, are you listening to me? I'm listening. You know, Bianca, do you really know what you're doing? Even though you are his mother, it's not right for you to come in without permission when he refuses to let you in. This is trespassing. In other words, it's a crime. Do you understand? You're overreacting. Don't you realize that you're narrow-minded? Oh God, of course you're a wife from a poor family. That has nothing to do with this. You've been so selfish with me with your money and the power from your family. And now you go in without permission and take things from other people's homes? Again, do you understand that this is a crime? Look, I may be your in-law, but I'm still a mother. Don't be stingy. Don't call it a crime. Oh God, I'm so frustrated because you don't understand. Why did James even let this unintelligent, poor girl get into our family? What's that? Now you're frustrated? I'm the one who's frustrated because you don't understand. Shut up, seriously, a poor girl. What? Stop complaining if you're not home right now. I'm the one who's home for the four of you who aren't home. I'm doing my job to protect the house. Do you understand? I'm doing my job. Before you complain, you should pay me. I welcomed a woman like you into my family. Give me a break. You're only supported by your husband and you have never worked in this real world. Don't be so selfish with your parents and your husband's family background and money. Get out now. And you'd better clean up your mess too. Okay, you want me to leave, huh? You're so hopeless. You don't understand. This is why I hate poor people who grew up with a single parent. Recently, when I am away from home on vacation or for leisure, Bianca has started to come and occupy my apartment and use it as a vacation home. No matter how strictly she is warned by her son, she doesn't listen to him, and no matter how much we complain to her husband, he spoils her. Even when I changed the key and made sure the door was locked tightly, she would call a locksmith to open the door for some random reason like, I lost a key. A few days later, she heard a story about my husband and me and made an outrageous demand. Rebecca, I heard you are going abroad. You're a poor, unsuccessful novelist who depends on James and our money. Do you understand your position? Huh? What is it this time? I don't have any plans to go abroad now. There's no point in lying. I heard you built a villa abroad. Oh, right, but that was a long time ago. I don't go there often, but there is one overseas. You've really pushed yourself too hard, haven't you? I can't believe you have a villa abroad. It sounds like you're showing it off. I'm telling you, I didn't build it. I inherited it from my father who passed away. But I'm sure you still have to pay for the upkeep, right? Or is it in a very inexpensive minor country? Or maybe you inherited a shack in the middle of nowhere in a developing country. That would suit you though, wouldn't it? No, it's located in Cancun, Mexico. Cancun? You want to lie and show off that much? I told you I didn't build it. It was built by my father and mother with money they had saved up for years to make a beautiful memory once a year. Well, whatever, if you say so. Cancun. I've never been to Cancun because I go to other countries. I've always wanted to go there at least once if possible. And we have a fair amount of money, so I can work it out with my husband, but when it comes to traveling abroad, there's a lot of trouble, you know. Well, yeah, it's true you need a passport and exchange money. So, the next time you go abroad, will you let me and my husband come with you? What? I heard from James that you are planning to go during the summer vacation starting in 2 weeks. Then it's perfect timing. I'll come along for the ride. No, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't. We're planning to relax as a family. Besides, we've already booked our flights, so we can't add tickets now. Huh, what's that? You have the money to buy a villa, but you can't even invite your in-laws? A few extra people staying over is no big deal. You really are stingy. Don't tell me you're coming too. Of course, otherwise what's the point of going to Cancun? I'm sorry, but the villa is not very spacious. It would be difficult for two families to stay there. You and James and the others could book a hotel. Why would it turn out like that? I could understand if you guys are booking a room. I'm saying then there's no point going to Cancun. Do you understand English? Should I explain from 1 to 10? I told you we all can't stay there. This is your chance to show your in-laws the beautiful ocean of Cancun and be a good daughter-in-law. But you want to keep it all to yourselves. A poor woman from a poor family can't think like that. Bianca, can't you see I'm really telling you to stop? I'll help you pay for a plane ticket, so do something with James. I mean, the size of the house won't change, you know? I'm the one who came up with the idea and you're denying it, even though you're a lower-ranked wife. Who do you think you are to waste my precious time like you did the other day with the home guard? You came to our house without permission and you were just angry by yourself the other day. I'm telling you, I can't stay with you no matter what you say. If you insist, I guess the only way is to have separate hotels and flights and meet up there. This is really why I don't like wives from poor families. Listen, if you don't have money, don't buy a villa. If you can't afford to buy it, at least invite people over. If you can't even invite your parents-in-law, it's a waste of money to have it. Huh? Are you being dumb? It's just a common sense. If you can't even do such a thing, you're so unsightly. You say this, I say that. It's completely out of the question. Anyway, for once, I'd like to spend some quality time with my family, so please stop double booking. Well then, I have some chores to do, so if you'll excuse me now. Bianca's attitude made me feel tired and tired for no reason. Furthermore, one day just before the trip, I received a message from her. Rebecca, good afternoon, or good evening. Oops, there's a time difference between Cancun and California. I forgot. Huh? What? What's wrong? And what do you mean by time difference? Where do you think I am right now? How would I know? Fine, I will tell you. I just arrived in Cancun. I just saw the ocean from the plane. It was beautiful. My husband looks like he's having a great time. I can't believe you guys are actually coming to Cancun. How many days are you staying? Our schedule might clash with yours. We haven't decided on how many days, but it's possible that our stay will clash. Oh. Well, it's really nice view of the ocean, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. And to be honest, I'm surprised. Even though it's a shabby villa, it looks pretty new and nice, doesn't it? It even has a pool. I thought it would be a shabby shack since it came for a poor family, but surprisingly, you did a good job. Huh? A swimming pool? A villa? No way. It's your villa. What? When I asked the neighbors that we were visiting as relatives, they told us, people over here are so friendly. Wait a minute, how in the world could it happen? We are supposed to go to the villa the day after tomorrow. I know, I'm saying I'll stay here in the meantime. I didn't give you permission or invite you to use it. You're not very nice, so I managed myself. I guess a nice house is for upper-class people like us. You don't deserve a villa, even if it's a shabby one. I'm not talking about shabby or appropriate. You didn't come all the way to Cancun a few days before us just for that, did you? Of course I did, because I am your mother-in-law. What belongs to you belongs to us. What's wrong with me using it? Besides, the house would cry if you have a villa like this and you don't use it. It has nothing to do with you. I won't say anything bad, so leave now. I'm already in here. By the way, the place is really too good for you. Just because you have a villa, do you think you got out of poverty and became a great person? You even got carried away and told me to go home. You should know who you are. Wow, you really went in there. No matter how much you say, this is another trespassing. What are you talking about? You invited me in, so I didn't break any laws. Besides, there's no one here, so it doesn't matter. I didn't invite you. I won't say any more, so get out now. It's too late. I've already put all my stuff in the house. This villa belongs to me and your father-in-law as of today. I've taken your stuff outside, so please come and collect them soon. What? You took the stuff out too? All of them? Why did you do that? Why would I do that? It's because they were in my way. It would ruin the villa if some poor person's poor belongings were left there. I threw them into the yard. Oh my God. Now you understand. Once I decide to do something, I do it. Look, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not our villa. Huh? I said it's not our villa. That's the villa of your daughter, Kate, and her family. Kate's villa? What are you talking about? I'm just telling you the truth. James and his sister Kate are very close, and we were also close as a family. So when her husband, Harry, decided to buy a villa to enjoy Cancun with their children, he chose a place close to ours and built it. Our villa doesn't have a pool. Here, this is ours. Wait, huh? Wait a minute, I don't see what you're talking about. Oh my God, you really broke in. And on top of that, you took their stuff without permission, throwing them into the yard? Hey, Harry is a lawyer, right? I heard that your daughter got fed up with you and left the house to marry him. If they found out you trespassed, well, they would sue you 100%. I really don't know what you're talking about. What the hell? You should have asked the neighbors for more details. Hey, what have you done? I threw all of her stuff out in the yard. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I know it was just a misunderstanding, but you threw away your own daughter and her family's belongings because they were in the way? No way. You tricked me. You intentionally made me go into this villa to frame me and my husband for the crime. How paranoid are you? There's nothing to trick you. Whatever the situation is, Bianca, you did it on your own, just like you trespassed in our house. You stole things from your own son's family without permission. You threw away your own daughter's belongings because they were in the way. How can I be a good girl if you're like this? Tell me the address of the real villa right now. Where is it? Wow, you're scary. If you don't tell me, I'll ask James. He's tired of your trespassing and doing whatever you want, so there's no way he'll tell you. Hey, tell me this is not true. I'm suddenly scared and couldn't even tell my husband. Oops, you're in trouble. Anyway, why are you so obsessed with harassing me? It's because you don't behave well. Don't talk nonsense to me if you were born in a poor family. You are just a poor lady who has no choice but to be fed up by James and our noble family. I'm being fed? I didn't tell you my annual income, did I? I heard it from him. Then I think you heard only his income. Our incomes are about the same. Huh? Rebecca, you don't work. How are you earning money when you're unemployed and stuck at home all the time? I'm a novelist. I can work from anywhere with just one computer, so I work from home. We're both working in different places and different environments. I have been telling you this for a while now, but you don't listen to anything that's inconvenient for you. You've assumed that I'm unemployed, but I'm working, you know. Seriously? Then it's twice as what I heard. I guess so. Oh no. Since you're there in Cancun, why don't you enjoy at that villa just like you did before instead of worrying about us? Well, the police might come before you relax though. I've already contacted your daughter and her husband from my side. Don't be silly. Do something. Help me. There must be some way. Help me, Rebecca. Now you're a real criminal, aren't you? There's nothing I can do. I feel sorry for you. After that, I heard that Bianca left her husband and tried to run away alone. However, she was too late to run away because she had brought her belongings to the villa with the intention of turning it into a complete villa. In addition, he found her trying to run away and she dropped her phone and he saw the screen. There was a conversation between her and me, so it became a big problem. and the local residents heard the commotion and saw the stuff dumped in front of the villa. They called the police and they were caught red-handed on suspicion of trespassing. Of course, Kate and Harry were furious about this. She told her parents that she would break off the relationship, and she filed a claim for a large sum of money for damages. After that, although they managed to return back to their town, this incident became a rumor in the neighborhood, and because of this, they were not on good terms and they had to pay for the damages and go through a very horrible summer in the court. We, on the other hand, enjoyed our vacation in Cancun and are living peacefully.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!